environment. We are convinced that lightweight technologies are key in achieving those challenges. To cut down emissions and fuel consumption in transport, reducing vehicle weight is one of the most robust ways forward. In other sectors, lightweighting allows for efficient use of resources with high performance. When Meta Industry joined the European Lightweight Associations, the main purpose was to strengthen the competitive position of its enterprise members and create a common understanding in the potential of lightweight technologies. And therefore, because we are convinced the association is creating a unique, inclusive business framework for exploring lightweight-driven market opportunities, because the association is able to put the main players from industries and research institutions collaborating and facilitating activities to put the lightweight technologies into practice. And because the association brings together top-class lightweight researchers and facilities in which multiple several R&D projects are developed and further implemented at large scale, addressing the challenges and needs of the industry, for these three, at least, good reasons, I encourage you to listen our guest speakers for today in order to transform these assumptions, these words, into your strategic choices. And that's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Guillermo. Eva, whenever you're ready, thank you.
Thank you very much, Guillermo. Thank you very much, Silvia. Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure for me to participate in, It's a pleasure for me to participate in this second edition of ELA Goes Live. I would like to thank the organizers of the European Lightweight Association, Metal Industry Forum, and Innova Asturias, who are committed to this activity that allows us to exchange collaboration opportunities and share knowledge between technology centers, industrial and technology companies, and startups from clusters in Europe. In the framework of the celebration throughout this week of the EU Industry Days. A conference focused on opportunities for the transformation of the global competitive landscape in the European industrial strategy, whose objective is to promote a greener, more digital, more resilient industry. Let me present you our region, Asturias. Asturias is located in the northwest of Spain and has a population of over 1 million inhabitants, representing 2% of the total population of Spain. We are a region where industrial culture is a hallmark of identity. The industry continues to be the axis of our productive economy, generating 19.7% of the regional gross added value, 3.5 points higher than the Spanish average.
Pero creo que la mayoría de la gente que está aquí lo sabe.
Eva, sorry, you're muted right now.
Is there any problem?
Okay, nothing.
It's okay, Eva. Okay. Please go on. Yeah, please.
Okay, no worry. Okay. Asturias maintains a long, deeply, okay. We cannot be resilient unless we work together. So clusters represent the backbone of the industrial ecosystem. They bring together various actors from different environments. As a region, we are aware of the impact that clusters create in the territory. They play an important role as drivers of growth and innovation, and we consider them allies in the implementation of our industry policy. We share the same objective, to increase the competitiveness of our businesses. Being aware of their importance as a region, we have been supporting clusters since 2007. Metal industry is a clear example of that commitment. In Asturias, we work with a network of 9 clusters. By sector and technology, they cover the main areas of the Asturias business community. They work in different fields such as food industry, advanced manufacturing, materials, chemistry, circular economy for constructions, ICT, creative sector, and rural tourism. Their level of development is different. Some of these organizations are qualified as excellent by the Spanish Ministry, as INCAR, Steel Innovation and Metal Industry for, and are some of them recognized also at European level, with 1 gold label, as INCAR, and 2 bronze labels of the European Cluster Excellence Initiative, Steel Innovation and Metal Industry for. IDEPA develops a specific program for cluster organization. In addition to the financial support, always important, but always less than they need, we promote cluster excellence through training and benchmarking, and we encourage cluster collaboration. As I said before, our clusters are our allies, and they're playing an important role in the green transition and digital transformation of our business community. They provide valuable information about the distance to cover in working towards a green and digital industrial recovery, and help companies to adapt to new technologies and markets conditions that in these times is so critical. They are active actors in Asturias Digital Innovation Hub and the Asturias Paradise Hub for Circularity that we are going to talk about now. The transformation of the economy is the key to the development of new innovative solutions linked to the digital environment, sustainable mobility, and the circular economy. From the government of the Principality of Asturias to the Regional Development Agency, IDEPA, we rely on instruments that are essential for the transformation of a modern and diversified economy, such as the innovation hubs, Digital Innovation Hub, Mobility Innovation Hub, and Paradise Hub for Circularity. The Asturias Digital Innovation Hub is a place of experimentation for the adoption of solutions of Industry 4.0, facilitating the digital transformation of industrial companies in the region, in particular of the SMEs. The Digital Hub is based on specialization in existing skills and technologies in the region on key markets, advanced manufacturing, agri-food industry, energy, transport, health, and provide network services promoting the collaboration among the different actors in flexible, agile, and smart way. The Digital Hub has organized the key technologies strengths of Asturias around 2 large technology nodes with their corresponding infrastructures, women, experts who work for the Digital Innovation Hub. These nodes are the additive manufacturing node, specialized in advanced manufacturing, an area in which Asturias has particular capabilities from technology centers, the university, and facilities and experts of private companies, and in which parts and components for sectors such as metal, aeronautical, or biohealth are already being produced. The other node is the data intelligence, which includes artificial intelligence, data analysis, sensors, and artificial vision, areas in which the region has differential capabilities derived from a research environment and unique infrastructures applicable to all subsectors of industrial activity. On the other hand, when we refer to collaborative ecosystem of innovation around sustainable mobility, we are talking about the Mobility Innovation Hub, created to favor the industrialization and technological development of providers of new solutions linked to the development of green, connected, and autonomous vehicles. The hub promotes also the development of a community of knowledge and business innovation where students, researchers, startups, and companies can detect innovative business opportunities in the field of new mobility. But Asturias is a highly industrialized region with a singular concentration of its activity in basic materials, steel, zinc, aluminum, glass, that coexist with this that you can see on the green. An impressive natural landscape known as natural paradise one third of our territory is protected. This reality has been reflected in different topics of the regional smart specialization strategy, which highlight the regional challenge of circular economy. In this way, from IDEPA, we promote the Asturias Paradise Hub for Circularity, the regional challenge to develop a carbon neutral and circular industry in a territory characterized by intense industrial activity and unsolved land filing alternatives within a privileged natural environment. This challenge is addressed through the transition of the process industry by promoting the use of byproducts and waste as raw materials for value-added products, reducing the environment impact with businesses' profitability criteria. It's very important, this profitability business criteria. The hub is supported by the Sustainable Materials Roadmap, where new value chains tech markets are identified. The conclusions of the Innovation Camp held in Covadonga in 2019, awarded by European Commission, the GRC, and the inventory of regional R&D infrastructures, public and private, around technologies applicable to waste valorization. Recently, in last January, from IDEPA, we have submitted an application to the Horizon 2020 European Green Deal call with a project called CIRCAST, based on different models of circular economy, a project of over 20 million budget. The aim of the project is to generate a regional knowledge hub that will enable the mastering of waste recovery technologies with a market orientation, reconciling the coexistence of the industry with the environment in which it is based. Asturias, located in the northern coast of Spain, is a highly specialized industrial region with a unique concentration of its activity in highly impact intermediate products. The proposal contemplates implementing systemic circular solutions as part of an agenda for the renewal of the industry of the region, at the head of which it is the process industry understood at the beginning and or end of waste. The project will help accelerate systemic co-develop, articulating its relationship with the wings of the region that is in a large way protected because it's high natural value. A regional network of pilot plants and powerful digital solutions will back up the symbiosis process and support scalability and replicability. The demonstrations level of circularity and carbon neutrality will be implemented in 3 big demo sites: a circular systemic solution around the steel industry, using residues of diverse origins as sources of alternative reducers and valorizing steel waste into environmental market, the development and demonstration of a centralized, integrated, versatile and replicable solution to recover the organic resources of the urban waste to produce valuable bio-based derivatives, and scaling up processes to valorize hazardous waste in textile, creating investment opportunities in the territory. With this, I finish. To give way to the following participants, I want to thank the organizers again for inviting me to participate in the 2nd edition of ELA Goes Live and all the attendees in this week of the European industry. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Eva. Thank you, Guillermo, also. Thank you for sharing with us what Asturias is and its possibilities, and to share with us also how important it is to invest in a green and digital industry. Thank you both. And now I'm going to give the way now to the intervention of the ELA members. We're going to start with Florian Denmark from the automotive cluster of Austria. And then we will give the presentation of Business Super Austria. Florian, whenever you are ready, you can share your screen.
So everything should work now. You can see my screen. Everything's fine. Yes. You can hear me. Okay, great. So it's my part now to make the switch from Asturias to Austria. I've seen we have a lot in common, and it's much more than just the impressive landscape, as we will see in the following minutes, I think. As you have said, my name is Florian Danmeyer. I'm the manager of the automotive cluster in Upper Austria, and I will speak to you today in behalf of ELA, the European Lightweight Association. At first, I also want to thank our Spanish partners, our Spanish friends, I want to say, especially José Ramón and his team of Meta for Industry for organizing this event today and for giving us the chance to spread the ELA idea also in your region. José, thank you very much. The question, not just for today, for today's meeting, is what can lightweight technology do to make Europe more sustainable? And I want to start with a short recap of our last ELA event, where Søren Bovat from DG Research and Innovation of the European Commission shared his view on the European Green Deal. He strongly insisted on the fact that future lightweight technology, that future materials has to be or have to be safe by design and sustainable by design. So from our point of view, this has to be the mission for all future lightweight technologies. This is, I know, a quite big issue, and such great challenges can't be solved isolated on a regional scale, not just in one industry and not just focused on a limited set of materials. So we from ELA decided to initiate a European network of lightweighting networks covering a wide range of industries, a broad set of materials, and so be strong to address all the challenges we've heard already a lot about concerning Green Deal and all the challenges according to get more sustainable within Europe and also the whole world. What have we achieved up to now? You can see that starting from Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, our network of ELA members is already growing. We have partners now from Spain. Today hosted our meeting from Meta for Industries. We have partners from the Netherlands, and our network is growing. We are fully convinced that this is the key to be more successful in future together and be stronger on a European scale. So what is the idea behind ELA, and why do we think this could be a game changer and also okay, there's some noise in the back. But I want to tell you or to share my view on ELA with this house. What are the main pillars on which ELA is based? We have in our networks a strong footprint of companies and R&D institutes, respective the industry and science partners. The goal is to initiate projects and force the cooperation and collaboration between these parties. We are connecting clusters and networks regarding lightweight across Europe. We want to start sharing, networking on roadshows when it is possible. Now we are stuck on online meetings. We have to do this on this way as we have it today. We are following a selective ELA network growth, and you can say ELA can be a breakdown into your regional level, on a national level, and manage the information flow on a European level. I think this is very important, that this information stream is moderated and goes consistent top down from the EU level into your individual countries, and then the fitting information on the regional site. The objectives of ELA and what we want to achieve with our work within this network is to strengthen the innovation power of our regions. We want to strengthen, as we have heard at the start also from the Metaphor Industries president, strengthen the economic position of our regions and put some power into this message. We want to establish these regions as lighthouse destinations for lightweighting design. We want to work on joint roadmaps, overachieving competence metrics, and developing a common language of what we understand in lightweight technologies, what is our common understanding. And for sure, we are working on a continuous exchange of ideas and experience, as we will see at the end of this event today, give you, the ELA community, the possibility to pitch ideas. So everybody's welcome in our network to join this idea and to go together stronger according to the Green Deal and all the challenges we have to address in the following years. The question for today is especially focused on cleaner and more efficient industry. This was at the start an insight on the ELA basic idea. Now we give you some insights on a concrete level on 4 ELA regions, and I want to hand over now to Nadia. Nadia, you will start with Baden-Württemberg and share some insights from you. Thank you very much so far.
Thank you very much, Florian.
I hope you all can see my screen right now.
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. Then I start. Yes, thank you. It's nice to meet you all in virtual. My name is Nadia, and I studied industrial engineering, and since 2019, I'm working for Leichtbau BV as International Business Development Manager. And my main competence are in additive manufacturing, automotive, and business management, and I speak German and English. Here in my slide, you can see a little bit about Leichtbau BV. At first, the key facts. Leichtbau BV is located in the southwest of Germany, in the capital of Baden-Württemberg, in Stuttgart. And we were founded in June 2013. Right now, we have 8 employees, and we represent a network of more than 2,000 companies and 300 research institutions. Our main objective is we connect your business. That means that we want to help companies and research institutions from Baden-Württemberg to get in contact with companies or research institutions all over the world. Our main focus markets are in North America, China, and Europe. Here you can see an overview about our lightweight network in Baden-Württemberg. It's only a selection of companies. There are the mechanical, engineering, and construction companies like Trumpf, Schuler, or Festo. And there are also automotive companies, because we have big OEMs here in Baden-Württemberg like Daimler or Porsche. But we have also sub-supplier here in Baden-Württemberg like Eberspecher or Bosch. Then in the material industry, we have a lot of small and medium-sized companies here in Baden-Württemberg like Roswag or STW. On the other slide, you can see the names of universities and institutes here in Baden-Württemberg. There is, for example, the DETF. They are focused on fiber engineering. There is the Fraunhofer ICT. They are focused on composites. And there are other institutes like the DLR. They are focused on aviation technologies. Yeah, and what can do lightweight technology for cleaner and more efficient industry? That are the question for today, and that's why I will show you 2 projects from the construction industry here in Baden-Württemberg. Here's the first project from the construction industry. That is a project from a small and medium-sized company. It called Solidan, and it's a fiber concrete bridge in Albstadt. Albstadt is close to Stuttgart. And with the help of this bridge, we can save approximately 25% of carbon dioxide emissions. That's really good. Yeah, and here you can see the second project, the second lightweight project in the construction industry. It's an autobahn or a highway covering combines 2 city districts, and you can see that here. And with help of this bridge, we can we create new sustainable living space. Yeah, you can see it here. It's green and sustainable. And this bridge is or will build in a hybrid lightweight construction. And here you can see the profile of the bridge. There is there is a living space and parking space over the highway. Yeah, that's, I think, a really really important and yeah, good project. What can do lightweight for us? Yeah, and if you have question or will know more about Leichtbau BW, then you can call us or get in touch with us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nadia. Those are really impressive and interesting projects. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Now I give the floor to Tanja Flügel from the Bayern Novative.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for the invitation and platform here to introduce a little bit or give an insight on the Bavaria industry and the companies we are working with. I think now you can see my screen. First of all, I want to give you a small oversight of Bayern Innovative, what we are doing, and on which technologies and industries we are aiming to or we are networking with. So in a nutshell, we were founded in 1995, so we have almost experience since 25 years in different industries, applications, and networks. We have an annual revenue of 90 million euro. And I think this is the most important fact for you to know. We have a network comprises more than 32,000 companies and over 75 active contacts. Active contacts means to us that we have in the different network lively exchange. They give input to us, they support us with our studies or networks or cooperation projects. Why are we here, or what are we doing for the Bavarian industry? So we boost the innovation and technology transfer. We network companies not only in their branches, but across branches and technologies, and we give consulting and support. Our vision is to give Bavaria, to have a Bavarian in which every is viable idea and technology becomes an innovation. So every idea should become an innovation. An overview. I told you, or the slide before, you've seen that we have a network of more than 30,000 companies. This is not only in the automotive industry, of course. These are our main networks and our services we are offering. So we are working for the health sector, we are working for the automotive industry or mobility sector. We are have a big or huge network in the area of new materials, energy, and since this year we also have the Center of Digitalization of Bavaria within our network. I want to focus today a little bit more on the automotive industry in Bavaria because it's quite an important industry branch for us here. So more than 200,000 people are employed in this industry. They generate a turnover, but around about 160 billion euro. And very interesting to see here that 65% of the Bavarian companies have less than 250 employees, which means they are accounted as small and medium-sized companies. Out of the 20 largest suppliers worldwide, 12 of them are located in Bavaria. The value added activities per region. We conducted a study last year, and the result was, or what we can see, that the main suppliers are focusing along the regions. For example, in the north, you can see here, Oberfranken, I don't know whether you can see it. They are very strong in material design. So here we have a hotspot for the textile industry, as well as in the south of Bavaria. All over Bavaria, you can see that a lot of companies are producing components and parts for powertrains and electric or electronic and e-mobility. This slide gives you an overview on the material sector, especially which materials or which sectors are strong in the different regions and to which industries they are supplying to. So this shows already in the north, the textile sector, and in the south as well. This means not only the textile sector, but it's also the fiber reinforced components, the fiber industry, glass fiber industry, or the carbon fiber industry, which grow throughout the last 10 years very rapidly. Oh, sorry. The automotive industry in Bavaria, the share of R&D investments in Bavaria is quite good. You can see almost 50%, and the export rates of the Bavarian suppliers is up to 40%. Beside that, we offer, or Bavaria offers, excellent infrastructure in science, networks, and clusters. We have more than 19 clusters situated here in Bavaria, focusing on, for example, our clusters here at Bayern Innovative. We have the cluster New Material, Automotive, and Energy, but there are 16 clusters more, such as mechatronics, sensorics, and bio-based materials. We are working all together with them. The requirements on our components and assemblies, I give you a short insight into our study we conducted last year. So the main growing sector is regarding comfort, which means that interior parts are predicted to become increase in turnover of more than 60%, which is quite interesting for our suppliers here in Bavaria and beyond. The automotive industry is still cost-driven. That's what we know so far, and throughout the last years we experienced that quite very well. And the safety sector is increasing as well. So the requirements are regarding reduced consumption, of course. Every OEM has to fulfill the CO2 requirements. Driving experience becomes more and more important, and an increase in performance for the components. If we have a look on the car or on the vehicles of future mobility concepts, we can see that all over the different parts like drivetrain, body, or the complete vehicle itself, lightweight plays a role or a big role in every of these different areas. When we look to the body of the car, we see that there is still need improvement, the structural integrity, torsional stiffness, of course, vibration. Vibration and acoustics becomes a very important topic within the next years, not only for the automobile as we know them so far, but also for the new mobility concepts. When we are looking on the new mobility concepts, I don't want to leave hydrogen outside. I want to give you a small overview what is going on here in Bavaria as well. So we see that last year the first vehicles were put on the street. The aim of up to 2030 is that more than 80,000 mobiles should be on the street. We see a big advantage for buses, for example, but also for large vehicles. And we see that there is still a lack in the infrastructure. So at the moment, we have only 17 gasoline stations for hydrogen powered driven vehicles. So the aim is up to 2030 to improve these infrastructures up to 400, and for 2050 to up to 2000. You see the time horizon is quite big. So we are now in 2021 and 2050 is quite far away from here. We think from our side of Bavaria and Innovative that should be boosted more here in Bavaria and Germany. Here are some examples with the companies we are working with, what they are doing for lightweight or in which areas they are active. So in the drivetrain, they developed, AVL is one of our cluster partners. They developed a high-speed e-axle. It's designed for a maximum speed of 3000 RPM. A small size for lower costs, integration into various vehicles, which is very important to the OEMs at the moment. They want to have one platform for all their car segments, and you see that they are increased the market share of electric vehicles further. This company or this drivetrain was also awarded by Bavaria last year. Another example of our cluster partner EVO is a lightweight rim designed for lightweight, of course, and to show as a prototype which is still possible and where we can save costs and weight. We also see for the lightweight design or multi-material design, huge field of development regarding new vehicle concepts. So at the moment, we can see not only in Bavaria, but Germany and Europe worldwide as well, that there is an increase in new vehicle concepts. For example, the e-bike sector. We see that there is a huge, incredible increasing market. Also, vehicles built from the functionality of an e-bike or designed to appeal especially for commuters or in urban living spaces, not only to save time. They are also focusing their ads on the health side of the advantage of these vehicles. Of course, to save money, but in urban spaces, also very important to save space. The requirements, I was telling you in my slides before that 65% of the companies here in Bavaria have less than 250 employees, and they have more or other requirements than the first-tier suppliers. The first-tier suppliers are very close to the manufacturers, but the small and medium-sized companies, they don't have, most of them, they do not have special innovation departments or manpower to deal with all the upcoming innovations or technologies. So we aim as Bayern Innovative especially to provide the small and medium-sized companies with an overview of the broadly diversified innovation landscape, and to help them to further develop their own technology development impulses. Bayern Innovative also tries to bundle the existing networks all over Bavaria or network structures. So as I mentioned before, we are working very close together with the other 19 or 16 clusters within Bavaria, but also initiatives or other company, more or less initiatives. For example, in the materials sector, we have a hotspot, as I told you before, in the textile industry in the north of Bavaria. There is the textile initiative or also the polymer initiative situated. We are working close together. And with a new service called the Förderlotsen Bayern, we offer access to funding programs. Throughout the last month, not only due to COVID, a lot of funding programs have been released here in Bavaria, and to give the companies information, but also to support them which funding program they could jump into. We established this Förderlotsen Bayern, and we also conduct studies and scenario analysis. With this Förderlotsen Bayern, we give personal orientation talks, and we also conduct a transformation check in the company or together with the company. We provide individual coaching and technical strategic impulses and mediation to partners in the different areas, or try to qualify them further with trainings. And we network them, as I told you, not only within the automotive industry or in the field of mobility, but for most of the companies, it's more interesting or give them more impulses to see what is going on in other industries, in other technologies, whether they can find in the synergies or adapt their products to open new markets. These are the partners we are working with, the main partners. This is also only a short essence of it. Of course, we have more companies we are working with, but these are the our cluster partners. we have very strong network within them. Part of them are focused on research of new materials and applications for all fields of technologies or branches. And a lot of them are suppliers of the automotive industry as well. So this was a small insight into our networks, what we are doing, how we are working. Thank you for your attention, and I'm happy to see you or one of you in the discussions afterwards.
Thank you very much, Tanya. Now I give the word to Wolfgang Bonnier from the Business Upper Austria. Yeah, sorry.
Perfect, thank you. You see my screen hopefully now?
Yes,
and
right now.
Let it start. So yeah, seeing what's happening in lightweight technology, my approach will be a perspective from Austria, and to see how we try to innovate by collaboration. And that's what we did, more or less is also a testimonial for cross-cluster collaboration with the Austrian Advanced Lightweight Technology Platform, where we already started more or less 10 years ago to innovate by cross-cluster collaboration. We know the mega trends, and we already got this from Florian, my colleague from the automotive cluster, that yeah, there are impacts on future technology development, which are on in a global manner, talking about, for instance, the SDGs. And here we see a lot of potential for what we feel that lightweight can do for this climate change, for new mobilities, for urbanization, as it was showed by Nadia, very interesting, and for sure, growth of population, what means new mobility concepts as one topic. Why lightweight construction? Yeah, it's anyhow an enabler for sustainable new topics and growth. Vision, sustainable growth from innovation and keeping technology, but also keeping production in Europe. That means that we as a cluster, we as a network, but also on a European ELA strategy, we try to drive innovation and to develop lightweight technology and to keep it in Europe. That's an important thing. The strategic drivers for sure are innovation, but are horizontal as well as vertical network collaborations from local to global, from university or science to industry. Especially the diversification and the value streams means that we have to focus on the full value chain, and not to forget, education is one of the key enablers to keep Europe a little bit advanced to the other regions. To bring it on the floor means that we have to take materials, we have to take processes, we have to take automations, and for sure the products where we have still an advantage in innovation topics, and not going in more detail, as you can see the topics, and those were already addressed. As the lightweighting disciplines are so widespread, it's often not easy where we talk about lightweight, or as I'm coming from the plastics engineering, where we talk about only plastics. But to combine lightweight means that we have to focus on the field of technologies, the focus in the field of materials, and for sure in the manner of digitalization, also the focus on new manufacturing processes. So lightweight as a discipline is quite a huge topic, and lightweighting as a cross idea serves markets. And that's where we are in our small but very nice assembled network in Austria, the A2LT. 18 companies and institutes, but they are representing, the cream of lightweight technology in Austria. And we also have the 4 pillars where we have our ideas, our innovators, and our companies. To balance or to bring it on the floor, we for sure have a mission to create affordable lightweighting, to create sustainable lightweighting. But that is what we see as a European approach to bring smart and innovative lightweighting on the floor. And as Tanya showed before, Bavaria is the neighbor country to Austria. There is for sure across all industries, across all materials, and that is also the philosophy what we started to think about ELA across borders. So often the national funding programs support only regions, and we try to promote that lightweighting must be a cross borders corporations topic to be still in advance. I won't go in detail about the initiatives as they are similar to the pillars or the house of pillars that we try to activate, but I will go a little bit more on the lightweighting ecosystem, which shows where we have our partners involved in projects. Because as I said before, we have technology leaders, but on the technology leaders, it's always the topic of collaboration to create innovation. So one topic for sustainability means bio-based composites. One topic for sustainability and recycling technology means thermoplastics to process and to reprocess in a recycling manner. Urban air is a topic where we have to find new solutions, as this is one of the most growing topics in urbanity. 3D printing, we are out of the hype, but we are now in progress to bring it on the floor, to bring it in the industry. 3D printing allows new designs, new possibilities. Rail, we have to keep in mind that railway solutions will get more and more important in Europe, not only for transport of people, but also for transport of goods. And here we have also with the First Alpine a very strong partnership. And for sure, all around, that was addressed already by Tanya, is the battery concepts of the future. Might it be hydrogen, might it be electronic storage or battery storage systems. Also here, we focus on projects. How to project, that's typically in all of our cluster regions, I think. Find ideas means to be in very close contact with the industry, to be in very close contact with the science, and to transfer the ideas from science to industry. And that is how we steer our meetings and how we steer our project approach. Project needs result and project needs references. And today I'm glad that several of our scientific partners will pitch later on. One of it is the Austrian Institute of Technology, which has a very nice advanced materials for additive manufacturing horizon project, where you can find it on the webpage of Multifun. But it also allows to be on a smaller manner innovative. We have a company, SME, which is Mark, and Mark did one game changer that they invented the hydraulic cylinder up to less than 70% weight savings compared to conventional cylinders. And this means at the end, new approaches and sustainability when you use it. But I addressed also that one big topic is bringing lightweight to the youth, bringing new engineers, bringing young people to what lightweight can do. And so we focus also on smaller R&D projects with universities, with our partners. As you can see, this was a collaboration project where students create a new drone concept with certain air control approach and certain lightweight increase and improvement for the drone concept. That are really small projects, but as I said, from small to big, we think that also it is important on a European technology transformation manner to widen the mindset, to stay focused in what we claim on for our technology leadership, and to find for our companies and for the scientific partners, not only collaboration, new collaboration partners, but also the right funding schemes. And that's how we as a ELA also want to promote on the European Commission that lightweight is not a discipline that is placed within a market. No, it's much more. Lightweight is a discipline which enables markets. And one enabler, I hope the video will now run, is the first flight of a drone or taxi. And now we can see, hopefully, the change. Is it activated? You see the monitor, or you don't see it?
We see the video.
Perfect. If you hear me and I talk to it, it's a game changing in thinking that normally the Chinese are doing the manufacturing and the European doing the technology. Here we have another way around. The Chinese invented the technology, means the drone software for flight concepts and future approaches. And one of our leading companies in lightweight technology, FACC, did redesign the drone concept, made a new idea how drones and flight taxis can be approved, do the engineering, do the manufacturing, and do the approving. So this is an approach where we can see really how lightweight can also be thought, and where we can say from the A to LT, it must be thought in collaboration, and it must be innovated by collaborating. So that's an approach from Austria, and yeah, perfect. And thank you for my time. And one last word is we are always in contact with you, and get in contact with us if you have questions. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Wolfgang, for your interesting presentation. It has been so impressive. Now we got High-Tech Centrum Aargau, who will be presented by Lender Den Haan.
Okay, I cannot open my screen as Wolfgang is still.
Yeah, Wolfgang, please. Okay.
I'm out of, sorry.
Thank you.
Okay. So I hope you can see my screen.
Yes.
Okay. We're a bit behind schedule, so I'll try to be quick, and I hope everybody can still bear with me. My name is Lender Den Haan. I represent the High-Tech Center Aargau from Switzerland. Just a few words about myself. Since 2014, I'm a technology and innovation expert at the High-Tech Center, which was founded in 2012. And I'm also an accredited mentor from the National Innovation Agency of Switzerland called InnoSwiss. And furthermore, since 2017, I'm project manager of 2 projects dealing with additive manufacturing in the corner of Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. I'll talk a little bit about this later. Some of my competences, maybe in case you're interested in particular contacts with myself on these topics, and also the languages that you can talk to me to. I'm Dutch from origin, but I live and work in Switzerland since 35 years. The High-Tech Center, as I mentioned, is funded by the Canton of Aargau. Since 2012, we are non-profit organized and support particularly SME in setting up innovation projects. SMEs are often not able to drive innovation by themselves. They need partners, they need research partners particularly, and they need access to funding of innovative projects. And this is what we do. We set up such consortia and help to get access to funding for innovative project ideas. We also organize networking events, and which is also, we often do this with partners like the members of ELA, for instance. The Canton of Aargau is well situated between two strong economies in Switzerland, Basel and Zurich. It's right in the middle of these two. Yet Aargau is maybe a secret destination because we have much more percentage of industry in our company sectors than other cantons in Switzerland. And we also have quite interesting universities and research institutions. There's only one I want to mention particularly is the Paul Scherrer Institutes. Maybe you have heard of it. They operate large-scale imaging facilities where you can get imaging details that you simply cannot get on a laboratory scale. These are huge buildings that are uniquely used for electron and neutron imaging. Quite important for material science, be it composites, be it metal. So in case of this is of interest to one of you, please contact me and I can set up also contact to this research institution. The Canton of Aargau, some clusters, industrial clusters that we have, these are not formal clusters like metal industry 4, for instance, but because most clusters in Switzerland are organized on a national level. But to give you an idea about the industrial focus in Aargau, you can see here some key competences on this slide. A lot of it is energy related. We have big companies like ABB and formerly Alstom, now General Electric, that have their headquarters in Canton of Aargau, but also lots of sub-suppliers in plastic materials and metallic solutions. Just a few highlights. I mean, there's so much I could talk about, but just to give you a few ideas of products and companies located in the canton. On the left hand, you see 3A Composites core materials. These are manufacturers and suppliers of core materials for sandwich structures, so typically lightweight structures. And for instance, windmill blades are manufactured using materials from this company. In the center is you see ABB here with an innovative loading system for electrical charging of city buses. But this is not necessarily lightweight. What is lightweight is that ABB has set up a fully automated factory in our canton where they manufacture battery packs that are designed and manufactured for particular bus routes. So you don't have a bus system where each bus has the same battery capacity, because this may mean that for certain routes the battery is just too heavy. So what they do is they manufacture individual batteries designed for a particular route that this bus drives every time. On the right-hand side, you see an example. This is really a fresh new product that came onto the market actually this year. It's sort of a drone type helicopter. It has a payload capacity of 65 kilos. and total weight of around 120 kilo. The size is the diameter of the rotor blades is roughly 3 to 4 meters, so it's quite large. And this is, of course, also a system that can only work if it makes extensive use of lightweight materials and solutions. One project in particular, as I mentioned, I'm also project manager for Interact projects. Since 2019, we operate a project dealing with 3D printing, particularly focused again on the opportunities for SMEs. And ELA plays a central role in this project setup. As you can see, Lightweight, BW, Bayern Innovative, and Business Up Austria and the High-Tech Center, so the founding members of ELA, all participate in this project as well. What we do within this project is we see opportunities for a new global business model for SMEs. Typically, SMEs are focused on regional activities where they can still operate economically, yet the global market is often out of reach. And if you see the old way of designing and bringing products in the market is you have somebody with an idea and maybe some prototyping that he can still do within his own company, but then often he has to go to large scale manufacturing, so large companies that also have the capacity and the network to ship products globally and then distribute it all over the world. With 3D printing, we see the opportunity that basically you can design and build a prototype up to a finished manufacturing print file for additive manufacturing. And then instead of distributing the product, you distribute the print file. And maybe some processing documents and guidelines as well in finishing the project, the product for its final appearance. And here we see a chance for SMEs to operate on a global scale if you can set up, let's say, a network or a tool, an internet tool where these two companies can find each other. So when I have a product idea, it's ready for production, then decentralized companies, SMEs with production capacity should be able to get my files and print that product in their region and deliver it locally, and vice versa. And this is the main topic of this project. And to finish off with the question that was also put at the center of today's event, what can technology do for a more energy efficient and cleaner industry? So in this case, if you think about the previous slide where we practically are able to eliminate global shipment of certain products, you can save a lot of material and energy in these various activities within the product value chain. So on raw materials, for instance, you have with additive material less waste because you are adding it and not subtracting it. There's less need for semi-finished products because you can print final product in its final design. There's less need for travel because local SME take care of customer support, and you don't need global sales support from like you do for a large corporation. You can have smaller factories and warehouses because you build on demand and not on reserve. You are not obliged to have a large-scale production where the setup costs of manufacturing are so high that you have to manufacture in large quantities. And in the distribution channel, the saving of fuel is obvious because you eliminate global shipment to a large extent, and also because you ship less products, you have less packaging material needed. So this is a nice example where we see that technology, in this case additive manufacturing, enables a substantial reduction of CO2 footprint and can be supportive of programs such as New Green Deal. That is quite vital for the future of Europe and the world. So the idea of ELA is that we as representatives, we are like hubs. So if you want to get in touch with a company in Canton of Aargau or in Bavaria or in Austria, the idea is that through Jose and through ourselves, we can set up contacts and function as an active network in bringing people and ideas together that can be important for our regions, but also for realizing such challenging programs like New Green Deal. And we are happy to support you in any way we can. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Lindert. Thank you very much to all of you. It's been a pleasure to listen to all of you and to learn how the lightweight technology in all technologies can help us to achieve a cleaner industry in Europe. And it's been a pleasure, of course, to have all of you here today. And it's a pleasure for Meta Industry 4 to be part of the European Lightweight Association. Now we move on to the opportunities and experience in Asturias. And for that part, we have, first of all, Jose Ramon, Cluster Manager of Meta Industry 4. Whenever you're ready, Jose, you can share your screen and start your presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Silvia. Thank you all of you for being here and for sharing with us all of your experience and the different point of view of all of you to be in touch, to gather around main ideas and to boost the collaboration among companies at European level and other organizations. I'm going to share with you, if the system let me wait. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Following the line that Eva Pando explained at the beginning of this season, I'm going to put in context where Asturias is and where what the cluster means for us and to open the possibilities of collaboration in every field. Asturias is in the north of Spain, as Eva mentioned before, 1 million of inhabitants. The regional economy is structured in this way, where the industry represents around 20% of the GDP of the region. In this context, the metal industry, which more than 1,000 companies, represents the 12% of the GDP and more of the 65% of the export of the total of the region, with more than 28,000 skilled workers. In the case, the main oriented of the sector, the metal industry sectors are oriented to value chains as renewable energy, petrochemical and oil and gas, and the steel industry as the main value chains in which the metal industry companies are working on. In this context, the cluster, the Meta Industry 4, is a very young cluster in comparison with the previous examples, the members of ELA. Meta Industry 4 has 60 members. 60% of them come from the metal industry in different parts of the value chains, from the raw material suppliers, the metal manufacturing, the main engineering companies and manufacturing of equipment goods, as well as there are some technology facilitators, other advanced services, and competence centers and knowledge centers that I'm going to talk about them after this part. The cluster is 5 years old, and these are the main facts. We started in 2016, and now we are starting the 6th year with 3 people in the staff and with around 6-7 projects running at national, regional, and European level at this moment. The cluster works in 3 main lines: in markets, boosting the integration in global value chains, of the integration of the companies in global value chains; in Industry 4.0, boosting the smart industry among our companies and among our ecosystem; and in human capital management. In this line, at this moment, we are working in a couple of European projects. All of the first one oriented to look for new formulas to attract and keep the young people to the metal industries as a good a good sector for working in. Now we are starting a new project trying to boost the circular economy through the vocational educational training centers, in which trying to introduce new subjects in the education systems in order to spread the means of circular economy and how we can engage, link this concept with the needs of the companies, of the industrial companies especially. At the beginning of this event, yesterday we were working in the EU Industry Week. We were working about talent, about human capital management, and we were explaining the last survey that we have developed from Meta Industry 4 that oriented to discover, to work in the new digital skills and the new personal skills for the new industry, in order to work with the public administration, with the training centers, with the education system, to introduce these new skills that are very important for companies to proceed to the digital transformation process. In markets, we are developing some activities, especially in the working in look for collaborative business opportunities by value chains. We during these years we analyze that our companies, our metal industry companies, not all of our companies in the cluster, work in more than 20 different value chains. After analyze these value chains, we have developed some activities oriented to offer global solutions by value chains in 4 of them. The main one is the petrochemical and oil and gas, in which our 57% of our companies are working on. In the same way, we are doing the same with in renewables value chain, steel industry, and power generation. Our goal is try to go to the international markets, offering the region as a whole, in which in 30 kilometers radius, our companies can offer only the cluster companies, because if we gather all the sector, the figures are bigger. But in only 30 companies, we can offer more than these square meters facilities, 900 engineers, and more than 6,000 skilled workers, in order to attract business opportunities in which our companies are highly specialized, especially in renewable, oil and gas. And now we are developing a new value chain that is hydrogen, green hydrogen, in which we are analyzing our capabilities to develop the equipments for the production of hydrogen, green hydrogen. And finally, I want to share with you some of our activities in Industry 4.0, in the third main line in which the cluster is working. Our specialty is boost digitalization projects among our companies and among the companies of the region. Nowadays, we are working in some projects like apply artificial intelligence in planning productions, especially for companies that work in big equipment in which all of the products, all of the equipments are singular, are not repetitive, and they need they have special needs to planning their production. At the same way, we are working in one technology, trying to apply this technology to manufacture a metal structure for different equipments. At the same way, digital twin, and nowadays we are starting with an Horizon 2020 project, INOSU project, called Creation and Integration of Novel Industry Value Chains for SMEs in raw materials and mining sectors. The name of the project is Mind the Gap, in which we are working with 11 partners through Europe, from Spain, Portugal, France, Germany, Poland, and so on. Focus on this and working in these top 10 challenge and needs, and oriented to give support to SMEs in order to develop innovative projects, digitalization projects that help this sector to transform this sector to be more clean and more efficient. There are main topics of these calls that is about to open. Probably in next 2-3 weeks, we are going to open the first call with these figures, in which we are going to give to companies more than this 600 euros per company in different topics, but related with the topic of the day. There are some activities regarding with eco-friendly technologies, circular economy plans, improved productions and efficient use of resources. And finally, to end my presentations and to give the floor to the next speaker, the cluster Meta Industry 4 is an ecosystem in itself, in which all the members come from different parts of the metal industry ecosystem, in which the knowledge centers and the competence centers has a very important role. And now I want to give the floor to the two main technology centers of the region. Idonial is the main technology center focused on advanced materials and advanced manufacturing. And then we are going to give the floor to CTIC, that is the main technology center focused on IT technologies. So this all for my side, and I'm going to give the floor to Paula Queipo, that is the Director of External Relations of Idonial. Paula, the floor is yours right now.
Okay, thank you very much for the introduction, and thank you very much for inviting Idonial to be here in this event today. That is very interesting for us as well, because I'm seeing very much common things that we can strengthen from Asturias to the rest of the European countries through the ELA cluster and actions that you are doing. So thank you very much for inviting us. Okay, so I'm going to introduce a little bit Idonial, and then I'm going to introduce a little bit of what we are doing, especially in additive manufacturing technologies. That is a technology that, of course, will contribute to the lightweight and cleaning industrial technologies. Idonial is a technological center, as José Ramón was introducing. We were created in 2019, but we have a longer experience and tradition because we come from the merge of two previous technology centers called Prodintec and IDEPA that were dedicated to industrial design and advanced manufacturing and also materials development. So we can cover all the value chains from the materials development to the industrial production. Okay, we are located in Asturias. This is our known region, but we have also a small commercial office in Madrid, so that we can cover all the national territory from here. We are a multi-sectoral technology center, so we have worked and we work with very different profiles and sectorial companies, from big to small ones, in different sectors, from aerospace to construction to health to automotive, agriculture. All that is there. We can do things because we are working especially in bringing the innovation to these companies and trying to put them in the path through the Industry 4.0 and the Green Deal that the European is boosting now. Our facilities are equipped with the latest innovative technologies for developing high added value products or processes or materials. So we have very well equipped, and we have a lot of nice infrastructure here in the centers. And of course, I take the opportunity to invite you all to come here to Asturias to meet our nice region that Eva was presented, and also to know all our capabilities through the technological centers. Our activity, well, we are working in 5 big areas. One is advanced manufacturing, as I was telling you before, where we are very well known because additive manufacturing, and we have also as well long tradition in welding. We have materials development. We cover different range of materials, steel and metallic ones, refractories, ceramics, raw materials, and also a little bit of plastics. We are, of course, as I said, in the Industry 4.0 path, and we are working, I think this is a mistake there, in digital industry, where we cover collaborative robotics, we cover virtual and augmented realities, and we are also starting with artificial intelligence. That is also a current trend in Europe and the world. We are also covering engineering and simulation. This is more traditional and maybe not so innovative, but very necessary to develop industrial items. So we have mechanical and electronic design and engineer and numerical simulation. And we have another area that is more related to the day-to-day basis with technological services, offering to the companies all kinds of analysis that some of them are also certified. All these areas are connected between each other so that we can offer a end solution, and we can cover in just one-stop shop many of the needs of the companies and the SMEs, not only from Asturias, but for the rest of the world. And now, because I have so little time, I'm going to speak a little bit what we do in additive manufacturing. That is the technology from which we are better known. And I think we have in common, because I see in previous presentation that you are also working on this. Makes me also very happy. We started time ago, so we have a really long experience in additive manufacturing. We started in 2004 when we were named Prodintec, so we have 16 years of experience in this technology. So we have all the necessary development knowledge and demonstration capabilities to bring additive manufacturing to the next step. So to bring it to the industry. One thing is doing prototyping, one thing is having like a small additive manufacturing machine and so on, that now is like it's like in the fashion, so everybody has almost one. But another thing is to bring and to try to implement these technologies to the industry and to bring the solutions that they really need. And this is where we are now in Idonial. As I said, we are working on that, and we are trying to cover all the value chains because we really need to do so. Additive manufacturing is not only, as you may know, it's not only a machine, it's not only a printer, but it's all that surrounds this aspect, from the design, that is very crucial to have all the knowledge and capability to do design and engineer, the simulation of the parts of the process, the materials, that we have a lot of materials, but still we need to develop materials, the process as such, the post-processing that is also crucial for some of the parts if we are going talking about the real parts and the industrial implementation, and of course quality control, and now introducing circular economy, end of life. That is also a key topic that is coming now for additive manufacturing. So from Idonial, we are able to cover all these steps of the value chains, and also 3 more that are really key, and they need to be together if you don't want to to find barriers to introduce this into the industry. One is skills and training. Jose Ramon was also explaining how important is that we train and we try to adapt the needs of the industry to the real new technologies coming. And in fact, we are working in the additive manufacturing European qualification system together with other partners in 3 different Erasmus Plus projects, some Destiny and Claim that you can have there. If you would like to have more information, I can inform you afterwards. We are working in the business model, because not the additive manufacturing is not the solution for all, but for some particular parts, for some particular industries. So we're working also on business models, and of course in the whole idea of the industrialization. And as the nature of the technological center, we are working in many, many different sectors in additive manufacturing, although I have to say that we are more strong in aeronautics, defense, and health with higher TLLs. And we are working now and starting now in bioprinting from 5 years on, and construction that I'm going to introduce you later on. But these TRLs are a little bit lower and not so much going to implement into the industry really now. We don't work only at technological level, but from Asturias to the world, we are also part of the board of the Additive Manufacturing Technology Platform, that is a community of the European stakeholders that is counts with the support morally, not financially, but morally, of the European Commission. Is one of the recognized additive manufacturing technologies. I belong to the board, and we were active since 2006 when this was called, in fact, Rapid Prototype It. So we know what we are talking about, and it's a point of networking, reference, and coordination. Everybody can join for free this platform, even as individual or as an entity. So I encourage you, from all those that are here, if you would like to be a member, just contact me or just go directly to the website. You can do it from there. We do a lot of activities, but one of the main ones is to do the road mapping from the additive manufacturing. Also, you can download from there the latest roadmap. And I see many common names that we are already in contact with in this community in your projects and your presentations today. But anyway, I encourage you to participate here, because we need to be strong in Europe as well to boost these technologies and collaborate much better. And also, we can also do links with the ELA cluster and of course, trying to boost activities from there. And finally, just some introduction also of a particular aspect that we are going to do here in Asturias as well, is the additive manufacturing for the construction sector, trying to bring innovation to this traditional sector, because we are still doing houses and doing civil works as the Romans did in the ancient times. And we decide with some companies here in the region, we decide to go further and to try to innovate in this part, working with a primitive system at the beginning, like 5 years, 8 or 6 years ago, that was with a robotic that was how to say, customized to produce and to be able to print concrete and cement materials. That was a very key part of the project, and we were able to do some demonstration just to see if this technology is feasible to be implemented in the construction service, to be able to do the process on site or to facilitate it in time. So you can see there are some examples in the presentation, in the slide, how we reduce the time of construction with the same, well, we measure the properties as well after the fabrication, and with the same kind of properties, we were reducing, for example, this column from 2 hours to 10 minutes, and from 3 hours to 16 minutes. So it's really fast. And the good news is that properties are kept at least in these demonstrators, small demonstrators. But we didn't stop there. Of course, this was just the initial part, and we go and we built a bigger machine to be able to do small houses. And we were also working with this Asturias ecosystem, because we were starting regional, although now we are at European level. we were working in this big machine based in robotics basis, where we can do like special designs. You can see the circular parts there. We are working also in introducing all the embedded sensors and parts that house or elements that a house should have. And we are doing working in different parts and in going further in this additive manufacturing for the construction sector. Of course, it brings advantage to the system. As I said, well, you can speed the process. You can do more complex structures. You don't need supports in the basic elements of architecture. Well, you can also use it in civil and industrial construction. You can reduce the material, as it was explained before by another speaker. But still, there are many disadvantages and things that we have to work in, and we are trying. One of those is the skills. As I said, we need higher qualified operators now for doing that. And another big part that is the no insistence of regulations that can also be a barrier for the implementation into the market. But we are working in there, and thanks to this regional hub that we created here in the construction sector, we managed to go at European level. At European level, and we are now working in 3 Horizon 2020 projects. I'm going only to introduce one that started already this month, so it's a very new one, that is the Meta Building Labs. And this is an open innovation test beds for the building envelope materials. If you are familiar with open innovation test beds, it's kind of innovation hubs that the European Commission is boosting to facilitate companies, especially SMEs, that they get all the innovation services in just one stop shop. So we are doing that. We were able to bring also 2 more partners from Asturias, ArcelorMittal and Vipasa, to the consortia, and we will scale the 3D printer and the technologies from bringing more innovation and be able to demonstrate more things. So we are going to work both in the process and the product. So we are trying to improve the technology by integration of the companies, doing some automotive parts, and also working in the post-processing, because, well, as you saw in the pictures, the elements don't look so nice, and we have to bring some aesthetics there. So as I mentioned before, post-processing is also important. And related to product, we try to integrate more functional elements like the piping or the wires and so on, to integrate insulation elements or reinforcements, and also sensors that can, for example, control the humidity or other components in the construction applications. Well, these are our social networks. You can follow them, and this is my email. But please don't hesitate to contact me if you have any doubt or you want to have more information of any of the aspects. So thank you very much for hosting me, and I hope this was on your interest.
Thank you very much, Paula. Great presentation, and I have your contact details as well. If some of if any one of the ELA member want to put in touch with Idonial, please let me know, and we put in touch. Now it's time for CTIC Technology Center. With us is Pablo Coca. Pablo Coca is the Business and Operation Development Manager of CTIC. And Pablo, please, the floor is yours. You want to share your screen with the presentation? Yeah.
Yes.
Very well. Perfect.
Thank you, Jose Ramon. Thank you to Meta Industry and to ELA for this invitation. And thank you to all the attendees, because after 1 hour and something, we have still a lot of people attending the session. So it shows that the presentations are interesting, and thank you also for letting me show you what are our fields of expertise. CETIC, we are a competence center for artificial intelligence and digital transformation. We are a private, non-for-profit RTO, research and technology organization, and we are part of the Asturias Digital Innovation Hub. Specifically, we are involved as competence center in the artificial intelligence node, and also our field of specialization is based basically into fields. One field, digital transformation, more close to the incremental innovation, as we will see later on my presentation. And a second field related to artificial intelligence. And in this field, we work basically with companies in disruptive innovations. We are also a member of the Spanish Excellence Network of Technology Centers specialized in renewable energies. And this excellence network is supported by the ministry, the Spanish Ministry of Science and Innovation. And finally, just to share with you a kind of singularity of our center. We are the representative of the W3C consortium. This is the international standardization body for the web technologies and for the construction of the web of the future. So we are in charge, basically, in charge of the market, let's say the market, the community of the Spanish-speaking countries, in Spain, of course, and also in the Latin countries. Our fields of expertise, as I said before, are focused on artificial intelligence, and basically these are some of the technologies that we face on this field. For sure, algorithms in artificial intelligence, also analytics, advanced analytics with big data. But we are not only focused on this part of the exploitation of data. We are also involved in the previous phases related to the preparation of the data, the communication of the data, the storage of the data. As you can see here, Web of Things technologies, technologies related to interoperability, open data, blockchain, computing architectures, with one of our recent research lines focused on quantum computing. That it will be a big topic in the next years in the European extent, and also immersive technologies, virtual and augmented reality as a way of interacting also with data, with information. On the first pillar that I mentioned before, incremental innovation, we work basically in digital transformation processes with companies. So we start in 2004 with a new methodology. At that time, it was not called digital transformation. We were in previous phases, previous stages of the process, and at that time we called that digital growth. But basically, it was digital transformation 15 years before. And from this own technology, in the year 2016, we update the methodology for adapting that to the trend of Industry 4.0. With this methodology, Industry 4.0, we have a kind of model for diagnosis of companies regarding their level of digital transformation. And this model is based in 7 areas of analysis, of study. And these 7 areas are structured also with 150 metrics, KPIs, checkpoints that we try to cover in a session with the company. Of course, from this analysis process, we get recommendations, and we can also design with the company digital transformation plan. And up to the moment, in the last 3 years, we were working at national level in Spain, for sure in our region, Asturias, in close cooperation with IDEPA, but also in neighbor regions like Galicia, Castilla, León, Castilla-La Mancha, and also in collaboration with the Ministry of Industry at national level. In the last 3 years, we work by applying this model, this diagnosis, with more than 250 industrial SMEs. 250 industrial SMEs, also 50 large companies, about around 40% of the overall figure of companies are from the metal industry, and this is because for sure we have a successful partnership with Femetal and metal industry, and for doing this diagnosis, so it contributes also to this 40% of diagnosis in metal industry. Second pillar, disruptive innovation. As I mentioned before, we work basically with companies applying artificial intelligence to their processes. And Paula explained before that additive manufacturing is not just to have a 3D printing machine. It is something similar in artificial intelligence, because at the end, this is our technology roadmap. It is based on 12 technologies, and as you can see, artificial intelligence algorithms are one of 12 technologies. So there are 11 technologies that are more focused on these previous phases for preparing the data and preparing the infrastructure in the company for, of course, feed in a right way these artificial intelligence algorithms and to get the expected results from these algorithms. Just for finishing, let me share with you two examples of projects that we are working on related to this disruptive innovation with companies. The first one is Mira. It is just now ongoing, running, and basically here we are developing augmented reality and virtual reality tool for supporting companies in their maintenance service on remote. Of course, because of the impact of the COVID pandemic, it is a need more than a competitive advantage. Today we can say that this is a need. For example, companies from the region that are constructing and providing capital goods as reactors for the oil and gas industry. They need also to be in contact with the clients when the equipment is provided, for supporting them and for giving them instructions for maintenance. Up to date, usually these kind of services were based basically on presential activities. One expert from the company goes to the client for providing the services, and at this point, by means of Mira, we have a tool. So a non-specialized worker from the client is at the facility, and the technical expert from this company, from this provider, is working together with a non-specialized worker at the facility, seeing what this person at the facility is seeing, but in a virtual reality environment. So at the end, if this technical expert give an instruction on the virtual reality environment, the non-specialized worker at the client facility can receive this instruction. For sure, in this case, these technologies, these immersive technologies will give a competitive advantage to the company by allowing them to have a best support to their clients. For sure, there are savings on travels and time invested for this problem resolution, and for sure there is an environmental impact in terms of CO2 footprint reduction. Second example, it is really a set of examples related to artificial intelligence algorithms, demand forecasting algorithms for smart production planning. So taking the story of data related to the production, we can simulate, we can do a forecasting in the close future about what level of demand we will receive from our clients, and for sure we can give a best service to our clients. We can have savings by stocks reduction, a better use of raw materials, and finally a reduction also in CO2 footprint. Route optimization, same logic. If we optimize our logistic, we will also have savings in fuel and time, and also reduction on the CO2 footprint. And finally, by means of algorithms applied to the analysis of manufacturing process efficiency, we can improve the efficiency of our process, we can be more competitive, but also we will reduce the number of unexpected production shutdowns. So finally, we will waste less materials, we will have a better impact in terms of environmental footprint. And another application of artificial intelligence is for converting common robots in smart robots. So it allows us to introduce robotics in some processes, and introducing robotics, we also reduce the number of errors, and same logic, lower errors means a better CO2 footprint, because we have less materials that we need to resend again to the factory from the client because these errors. These are some examples from our part. If you are interested in more projects, I invite you to visit our website, and I think the presentation will be shared after the session. So just click on the link, and you can see all our portfolio and references. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pablo. Silvia?
Thank you, Pablo. Yes, thank you very much, Pablo, and thank you very much, Paula, too. Now we are going to move on to the elevator pitch dynamic. We are a bit in a hurry, so please, all the speakers, you got 3 minutes to show us your new ideas and your new projects. Thank you, all of you, for being here today and sharing with all of us your proposals. And please, Jose, if you can share the screen with the presentation. We will start with the company Asturfeito, which is a company from here, from Asturias. And okay, yeah, I think you can see the screen. So Jose Antonio from Asturfeito. I don't know if you're here.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jose Antonio. Thank you very much for coming.
Well, first of all, thank you for the opportunity to to present the company and to give us the opportunity to share with you here our capabilities and the things that we are doing in the industry, in the metal industry here in Asturias. Well, my name is Jose Antonio Garcia. I'm the responsible for the renewable energy and green energy here in Asturfeito for the commercial size of the business. And I would like to give you a short presentation of the company and the capabilities. You will pass the presentation? Okay, thank you very much. Well, some figures of the company. Asturfeito is a Asturian-based company founded in 1989. Currently, we have 4 workshops, all of them in Asturias, and we have a turnover around 45 million right now, and 300 people here working in the company. As I told you, all our workshops are based in Asturias, and the main one, the main workshop is in Avilés, in the port of Avilés. So we have a direct connection with the port of Avilés, and we can produce big parts that go directly to the ship. And our headquarters is also in the PEPA, well, PEPA industry area, which is also in the very close to the harbor. Okay, in the latest years, we have seen an opportunity because when we was born as a manufacturing workshop, and we have detected the opportunity, to grow up and to develop our activity in giving support to all the developers and all to engineering companies that little by little they have concentrated on the design of new products and new technologies, but they have lost the connection within with the workshop, with the manufacturing. So they have what we are doing in the last years is to connect the design and the prototyping with the manufacturing, with the reality and the industrialization. So we offer a complete solution, and we are an end-to-end partner that we develop the engineering for manufacturing that our customers need, and then we make the mechanical assembly, the welding, the manufacturing itself, and the machining, integration, factory acceptance test, and so on. We are in several markets, but the main markets that we are right now just working is big science, oil and gas, renewable, nuclear industry, and aerospace and defense. So I will give you we have in the latest years we have been very in connection with new development and new technologies for green energies in the worldwide. So we are working band to band with the main engineerings in Germany and Austria. For example, in Germany and Austria, we are working with Voigt group, and in Austria with Andritz group, and we are just helping them to develop new solutions and new approaching to manufacturing the engineering that they are producing. No? And just for that reason, for example, well, I have a very recent case of success in the company is the development of the new turbine for offshore wind with GE Renewables. It's Aliat X, is 12 megawatt turbine, and it's the biggest right now in, well, right now I think Vestas has a new one of 15 megawatts last week, presented last week, but up to last week was the biggest one in the offshore wind. And we help them to develop the main structural parts just to help them to turn their ideas into the reality. You know, just introducing new techniques of additive manufacturing, just to allow them to reduce the weight of the structure itself. Right? Because in the turbine, for example, is a very good example of that. The lightweight technology, it's reverting in a good profit because, for example, 1 kilo less in the turbine, which is in the top, it is 250 kilos less in the tower. No, so this is reducing the cost of the total of the component. No, in a big amount. So it's they are working, and we are helping them to develop these solutions to try to let's say to give structures with all the guarantees, but with less weight. And I think that's it.
Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
That's all for my side. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you, José Antonio. You are mute, Silvia.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, José Antonio. Now we move on to Rudolf Gradinger from the Austrian Institute of Technology. Please, Rudolf.
Hello, good morning. I'll try to keep in time. My name is Rudolf Gradinger. I'm working for Light Metal Technologies in Ranshofen, Austria. It's called LKA Leichtmetallkompetenzzentrum in German. We are part of AIT. You will hear more of AIT in, I think, 2 other pitches. I want to briefly invite all of the interested possible partners here to discuss with us on this new call on Resilience 112 in 2022 from Cluster 4 in Horizon Europe, which is called Functional Multi-Material Components and Structures. We would like to continue our multi-fund project, which is just 1 year running in combination with, of course, new, fresh ideas. The current project is an innovation action. The next one would be a RIA type, so it's not just a continuation, it's an addition of new innovative ideas. And on the right-hand side of this slide, you see some of the main scope and challenges with the weight reduction, lead time reduction, quality improvement and performance improvement, and continuing the same price. And we are already in the course of setting up a consortium, but we need, of course, a few other use cases. Thank you very much. And our own know-how comes from light metals, as our competence unit is called anyway. So we are dealing with magnesium, aluminum, titanium, and we are having a large workshop in our laboratories, which is working on metallurgical issues, but we also do processing on laboratory scale, but also with industrial scaled machine. So if you look at our homepage, you will see a casting machine, which is really big and latest state of the art. And of course, we have some numerical and other virtual methods in-house. And yeah, we're building up from our own competences on this one multi-fund project, but also another project called Sustainia, which just started last month. And yeah, would be interested to learn about some interested partners from industrial, but also research entities in order to shape this consortium better than it is as kind of a core consortium. That's it in a few words. Thank you for allowing me to introduce this pitch.
Thank you very much, Rudolf. Very interesting. Now we move on to another Asturias company. It's Tatecatic, represented by Claudio Rubio.
Okay, good morning for everyone. I will try to share my screen now. I cannot do it.
It's not necessary, Claudio. We are sharing. Don't worry.
Okay, so we are a young IT company coming from Asturias, so we are a young member of Meta Industry as well, okay? And I will remark that we are a technology facilitator, okay? We are members of Meta Industry from the side of technology facilitators, okay? We are considering that Meta Industry is also a cross of industries, as Wolfgang said before, but I will add that plus knowledge is a cross of industries, plus knowledge, okay? We understand lightweight in the sense of automation and optimization, okay? That's it. That's why we understand, or how we understand lightweight, okay? Talking about projects, because Silvia asked us to be brief, I show you two projects, okay? One of them is data collection through computer vision technology, okay? That we then transform into information, okay? I show you a little screenshot of this project, okay? And another one, very similar in the sense of using computer vision, is DP, okay? That started at the beginning of the pandemic because of some needs of companies related to some health and safety elements recognition, okay? And we aim to make it last after the pandemic, so we transform in a health and safety control system, okay? The objectives, we want to explore, we want to work on data collection by using computer vision techniques as an additional sensorization layer, okay? Another objective, obviously, is image recognition itself, okay? Another one, unattended supervision in a kind of alert systems development, okay? And finally, the final goal of this project, generally speaking, is transform data into information, which is the really value or added value of the project, okay? Coming to our know-how, we would say that we are specialized, or we are focused on artificial intelligence techniques, okay? As well, these deep learning techniques. I want to be fast, but I need to speak clearly, sorry. And finally connected with software development in the way of show this information and make it easy for final users, okay? So we are offering adapted technology, we could say, okay, to industrial processes in a sense of scalability and adaptability is our main focus, okay? And we always say we are combining both physical and digital worlds, okay? From our background and experience, industrial and technological background, okay? What we are looking for in this forum is our industrial partners, obviously, to validate our solutions, our computer vision use of technology, okay, I would say, okay, and validate our solution into the process and explore new processes and new needs, okay. Identify, look for challenges not solved until the moment, coming from industry, okay, and other technology partners to work with, okay. We are not working alone, okay. Mostly in Europe, okay. Is our focus this year, okay. We want to share our knowledge, and as Florian said at the very beginning of the meeting today, try to force this cooperation. We do not understand our projects and developments in any other way, okay, to build a more efficient industry, something that it was said before at the beginning. Okay, that's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Claudia, for sharing. Next one is the institution company Lite Auto with Christopher McGuinty. Let me just check. Okay.
Good morning, everyone.
Thank you, Christopher.
Great. My name's Chris McGuinty. I am the CEO of a company called Lite Auto in Munich, recently set up in the last couple of years to exploit some new technology and new processes exclusively in the realm of the metal magnesium. And why magnesium? That is in fact an old metal, but it's been rediscovered and can be treated as a new and modern material. The technology that Lite Auto works with is the result of 15 years of continuous research and development, of which 10 years was exclusively R&D with no commercialization. The last 5 years has seen a process of taking that technology and commercializing it in one of the most difficult environments possible, that is in space. And that is proven and tested. And now Lite Auto is seeking to take that technology, that know-how, and apply it in the mobility sector to reduce weight, to save energy, and lower carbon emissions. That's really, in essence, what we do. So we have the technology, we offer as a service the complete package from design through to finished product. There are various stages. Each of them have been perfected over those 15 years of research and development. And there are a large number of proprietary processes in there. I would like, if I may, to share one slide additional to this, if I may be allowed.
Yeah, sure. We just have to stop sharing our screen. Jose Ramon, please just let Christopher share one more slide. Thank you.
This is the one I'd like to share with you. In the automotive sector in particular, we believe that it's entirely realistic in the period up to 2030 to reduce weight in a typical car, automobile, whether it's powered by a combustion engine, whether it's an electric vehicle, doesn't matter because the weights are pretty similar. We believe we can reduce the current 300 kilograms of steel and aluminium down to 100 kilograms of magnesium-based components. That, as in its essence, is what we can offer, and we are looking for partners who see the possibilities from applying this proven technology, both technically and commercially proven, to enable us to move from where we are now, which is a small-scale producer focused on design and prototypes, and to bring this into mass production. And obviously, once we can get into the mass production arena and work with partners, this level of weight reduction, this level of energy efficiency gain will make a dramatic and global contribution to the reduction of carbon emissions. That's what we're about, and we'd love to talk to anyone there. A very specific project that we're looking at the moment is on developing a magnesium-based auto rims for wheels, and Tanja Flügel from Bayern Innovativ highlighted there was one of the other companies earlier on. For example, she's put us together with our company, and we're starting a conversation on that. So thank you to Bayern Innovativ for that, but we'd be very happy to work with everyone in the ELA network. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Christopher, for your sharing. Another Asturian company, it's Kiss Group with Inés García.
Okay, good morning. I'm Inés from Kiss Group, and I will briefly describe our company. We are a company created at the end of 2015 as a spin-off of the university, and we offer scientific and technological service. We are specialized in materials, mechanical, and metallurgical characterization and manufacturing processes. We are also specialized in robotics and all kinds of new technology. Due to the growth of the company, we have prepared a workshop for research and manufacture prototypes with advanced materials. And related with lightweight technologies, we have two research lines related with one, wire arc additive manufacturing. The first one is the development of specific waveforms for one by using traditional welding processes, like for example, cold metal transfer. And the second one is the development of one processes and new materials by using laser with powder and wire. We are continuously developing a strong technology, and we are able to generate additive structures using powder. We also have the possibility to add wire because we are developing a new approach with coaxial wire with several advantages, such as, for example, a 100% of material efficiency or low feedstock material cost. For all the processes, we have also the option to pyrometer for monitoring and control the process. For example, we can control the preheating of the wire, for example. With these two lines of research, we create regenerative components with less weight and being equally resistant. And we can create a new generation of metallic components and a new concept for tooling structures and mechanical parts made of laser regenerative one manufacturing. What we are looking for are partners interested in our research line because we can act as a suppliers of know-how and development, but also as partners to be involved in some international projects.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Inés. Yeah, this one is another project proposed by the Austrian Institute of Technology, this time with the presence of Matthias Brandstetter.
Yes, so hello, everybody. I hope you can hear me. I'm a colleague of Rudolf Gradinger, and we are working at the same institution, the Austrian Institute of Technology. And we had another project together where we focused on the recycling of waste materials, which are processed during the construction of different materials. And there you have these chips, which are then the waste. And this might be magnesium, this might be some other alloy. And what the main idea is to sort this waste material such that it can be used as a raw material for further production processes. So it can be melted again and then used as a raw material. And what we were focusing on was basically on the logistics in the waste collection. And what we are aiming for is to continue this project. As I said, it was already an ongoing project, just a small study, and we found out that there might be really huge potential for optimization, cost optimization in this process. And so what we want to do is to continue this project and to optimize the collection tours of these waste materials so that they are sorted and the characteristics of the material can be improved. And to have a look on the whole logistics process, the whole logistics change in this collection process, also including the production sequences, for example, in the factories, so that the material can be used in an optimized way. And maybe this is just an idea that we also have some appropriate hardware which is specialized in sorting the containers. So what we have basically is the know-how on the material characteristics. We also have the know-how on the optimization of the tour and route planning, the scheduling and sequencing of the collection points. So when to collect from which point is also part of our expertise, and also the timings and the prediction on when to collect the different waste containers. But what we are basically looking for is application partners or demonstration partners who are willing to demonstrate this new idea of collection processes. And of course, also technology providers, for example, for sorting machines or for construction of special transport containers, which can be used for collecting these waste materials. And of course, everyone who has a significant idea for contributing to our storyline is also welcomed to contact me, and then to find the appropriate setting for the project. So that's from my side.
Thank you very much, Matthias.
Thank you.
We move on to the company Wood K Plus.
Online now, sorry.
It's okay.
So welcome from my side. So thanks to you and also to our Austrian clusters to invite us here. So I'm Andreas Haider from Kompetenzzentrum Holz, or also called Wood K Plus. We are a non-university R&D center here in Austria. And please next slide. So some key numbers. We have 4 sites here in Austria. We have about 130 people and were founded in 2001 and have running about projects with companies, with more than 100 companies per year. Next slide, you see our main topics. So on these different sites, we have main topics. So on the wood chemistry, biotechnology, also bio-based composites and processes, wood paper surface technologies and wood materials technologies, and also market analysis and innovation research. So you can read this later on the shared slides. You will find here also a link then where we prepare some bigger project. I picked out now one example, one project we are dealing with since years with bio-based alternatives for 3D FLM printing on structural and or functional parts. Past years, we had several projects here, and the status now is we have some different printable materials. We can also produce in pilot scale the filaments of it, so we can coat fiber bundles or incorporate the fiber bundles in the standard filaments. And we did some demos for structural and functional parts, as you can see here on the pictures. And the target will be, of course, to continue these developments, also the upscaling with company partners or also in different commercial applications, with new materials or also with process combinations like additive manufacturing and maybe also injection molding, whatever. So new materials are very interesting for us. We also did some examples here to combine natural fibers with technical polymers, what is normally not very easy to do. So the objectives would be to make printed, once back. So on the right side, you see structural and functional printed parts would be the objectives, also the filament processing with the continuous fibers, so also the upscaling, then the process material combination, but also we can do LCA or in combination with others. And then at the end, also kind of processing guidelines, especially for printing of open material printers, for example. So next, please. So what we can do up to pilot scale is the biocomposites and formulation development, also the material characterization from mechanical, thermal, physical, or optical, and others. We can do the polymer processing, so the printing, the filament production, or even the melt spinning of different kind of fibers. And also the bio-based carbon fibers are running on some machines. What we're looking for, or where we would like to join in another consortium, could also be a possibility, is of course with printer producers. They are open for new materials or developing for standard printers, cutting devices, whatever, so especially for natural fibers. Of course, software companies for special simulations, pathways, so we heard something before about all topics on digitalization that are needed. Also necessary would be material supplier that can then make this commercializing because we are only R&D, then the upscaling also of the filament production. And very important for all of them would be some applicants, so application fields like automotive, aerospace, any kind of structural parts, and this direction. So in a very short form, our idea or topic I picked out of our several ideas. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Andreas. Next one, Jose, sorry.
I'm sorry, the computer.
No worry.
Give me.
The next one is the Polymer Competence Center.
You are mute, Thomas.
Yeah, okay. So hello, everyone. Also, let me thanks for giving me the present our project to you at this event, and also for introducing me to the So let me introduce the Polymer Competence Center first to you very briefly. It's the leading Austrian center of excellence for application-oriented research in the field of polymer technology and polymer science.
Sorry, Thomas, we hear you very bad. You have to get closer to the microphone.
Is this any better if I talk like this?
Better.
Okay, I'm very sorry. So the Polymer Competence Center is the leading Austrian center for excellence for application-oriented research in the field of polymer technology and polymer science. It was founded in 2002 and has about 130 employees and more than 200 in joint scientific projects. And it spans the research topics from chemistry, functional polymers, simulation modeling, elastomer technologies, polymer and composites for structural applications, and smart material and surface testing. And the project which I want to introduce to you now is located in this part, smart material and surface testing, but spans pretty much all of the research topics in the of the PCCL. So the project idea is called Touch to Feel, and we think it can support industry for clean and circular economy. So what's the idea? The idea is to bring the sensation of touch, so when you touch a surface, from a subjective feeling to a solid scientific property of a surface, which is based on physical and material parameters. And the project objectives, which can be reached once this scientific aim is established, is, as we think, an economically and ecologically manufacturing of products yielding the ideal touch feel. So if you know how to produce the touch feel of a product, you have less waste, less product dummies, less energy consumption, and more efficient time. So also less costs. And once this can be, just a second point, create the ideal Dutch with material compositions, with new material compositions, so that are lightweight and are easy to recycle, because as far as I heard company partners, the recyclability and weight is quite an issue. For instance, in the car interior industry, that the products now with the ideal Dutch field are not easy to recycle and are quite heavy. So our know-how, what we can do, we offer the metrological recording of the surfaces. So the PCCL is very well equipped with material testing sites. We also developed a special testing site for this touch investigation. We also perform the sensory studies, so to investigate the tactile effect of the surfaces. And we offer the data analysis, so in our case, development of an artificial intelligence to relate the material and surface parameters with the touch field of the surfaces. And what we're looking for are company partners to cooperate with us in the research of new product surfaces whose haptic effect is to be optimized, and also to improve this tactile effect with new material compositions to enhance their recyclability and to reduce the weight of the materials or of the resulting products. So yes, this was it from my side. Let me thanks for your attention.
Thank you very much, Thomas. And now we got the last proposal from the IAT. This time it's Paul Rosenkopf. Sorry for the pronunciation.
Yeah, it's Paul Rosenkopf again from AIT, Austrian Institute of Technology. I'm also a colleague of Rudolf Garatninger and Matthias Brandstetter. I'm employed at the position of Digital Resilient Cities. This is located at the Center for Energy. Our main focus is urban mobility and smart city planning. Yeah, the main focus are planning, consulting, and research and development. You can see a link to our products also here. I've not simply came up with a project we are having currently in development or in sight, but we are very interested in the whole area of sustainable and smart mobility, and also in a strong focus on stakeholder involvement, participation processes, planning processes, optimization, and also last but not least, the simulation and the consulting one. Next slide, please. What we can offer, or we have in-house a lab called City Intelligence Lab, which is nothing less than a platform for integrative planning. On the one hand, urban planning, so spatial planning, but also mobility topics. So we are able to provide participation via this lab, via web or virtual reality or augmented reality. We can simulate their buildings, forms of buildings, and how they are reacting to sunlight, how they are reacting to photovoltaics applications, but also how the whole compound of the city or the planning area is reacting to new forms of mobility. We are supporting that via our simulations tools. They are mostly based on agents. So we are providing the behavioral aspects of this mobility context and also of the urban planning, and we are able to simulate large crowds in that plan. Our smart and green city applications are ranging from energy over water to wind to photovoltaic and the mobility parts. What we're currently looking for is, of course, tender participations, very much research and development projects in the field of sustainable and smart mobility. And the main point is the collaboration on the City Intelligence Lab, of course, where we can simulate on wind, weather, and emissions on different types of fabrics or building materials, on housing levels or the street pavements and so on, and also the impact of autonomous driving in our simulation tools. So that's it from my side to keep in the time frame. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Paul. And now, last but not least, we have JDT, a company from Asturias. Mariel, I don't know if you're here.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. First of all, thank you to Meta Industry for the organization of this event and also all the attendees for making it possible. We are a Spanish company. We are originally equipment manufacturer of automated additive manufacturing machinery. We are located in Asturias. And what we are going to propose in this meeting is related to digital supply chain. As you know, as everyone of you know, last year the industry experienced a shift between the supply chain. During the crisis, all the supply chains were disrupted. And what we want to propose is a way to be able to digitalize the whole supply chain, also impacting the reduction of CO2 emissions, but also to strengthen the supply chain across EU. Our main objective is to create a resilient supply chain for European companies, focus on local manufacturing through additive manufacturing technologies, but also a way to decentralize production. Can you change the slide, please? Thank you so much. So, as I commented before, we are OEM of automated and industrial machinery. We launched our systems in 2018, and we are one of the Spanish companies changing the way we produce with our AM technology. We have developed, or we work in two different sides. One is the software side, but the other one is the hardware side. On the software side, we have developed our own cloud manufacturing software for additive manufacturing, where we can control both the factory, but also we can control the machine and the process, which is quite important when you are mass producing or when you are producing any part with additive manufacturing, especially when you want also to control the traceability of the whole of all the parts. But for the software control in terms of factory control, we are also able to guarantee the efficiency of the system. We are able to control the orders that goes into the machine. On the other side, from the hardware side, the technology we launch is able to produce both metals and polymers, which is very important because what we have achieved is to increase the productivity for additive manufacturing. And now we are entering in new markets where additive manufacturing was not possible at that moment. So our main expertise in this field is metal materials, mainly filament-based. We are very into the sinter-based additive manufacturing technologies. That's the reason why we also control or have expertise in the binding and sintering process that comes from metal injection molding traditional manufacturing technologies. Also, we develop our own materials, and that's the reason why we are looking for partners, both one, potential partners to use the cloud manufacturing platform in order to analyze the possibilities to strengthen the supply chain across EU, but also power users for these new metal materials we are launching. Also, we are looking for partners that can analyze or also develop metal materials for our technology. Also, the final objective is to find partners who can test parts, who can analyze what are the suitable parts to create a real digital supply chain for these power users and potential partners. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mariette. Thank you all for sharing your project ideas and all the information about your companies and organizations. We have been recording the whole meeting, so it will be uploaded to our YouTube channel, the Meta Industry for a YouTube channel. We will send you the link of the video in order that you have it and check it whenever you want. We will also upload all the project ideas on the European Lightweight Association website. And I think that's all from my side. Thank you very much all of you for being here with us today. And that's all, Jose. I don't know if you can
Thank
say
you.
something.
Thank you very much, Silvia. Thank you to all the 20 speakers that we have had in 2 hours and a half. We are a little bit later with the agenda that we have planned, but I think that it has been a very interesting network meeting in which we have shared a lot of ideas, a lot of point of view about lightweight technologies, about how to improve and to convert our industry in more efficient and more cleaner. And it is, I think that this second ELA Goes live it has been very strong in terms of participations, in terms of companies that have shared the ideas, and we hope for the next ELA Goes live in a few months. I hope, and that's all for my side. Only say thank you to all of you. And we see you soon. Stay healthy, please, and see you soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. See you.